mingled with earnest-sounding political calls to be responsible. Get yourself vaccinated. A call then regurgitated by herds of hypnotized believers. In an era when television is a digitized opiate and the news is 100% controlled propaganda, millions upon millions of beings drift into a suicidal dependency on quasi-political authorities, like the health unit, whose scripted words and instructions constitute the poisoned arrows of genocide. This is not a film. We are already in a pre-planned real-time scenario initiated by a small cabal with the intention of reducing the world population, and in the process stealing all possessions in private ownership and using weaponized electromagnetic frequency technologies to create a 24/7 surveillance and mind control state. If there is one outstanding element that runs through all aspects of this control agenda, it is a dark intent. This is a satanic operation.
Yes, it is.
Call it like it is, man. Under the surface of high-sounding phrases uttered by politicians, protecting and caring for the general public is a quite different reality. Those committing to rolling out the great pandemic, the great health passport, the great reset, the great Green Deal, the great 5G irradiation program, are operating on a dimension that is not fully human. They are clubs whose lead members meet under the emblem of Masonic lodges, child abuse rings, and churches of ritual occult ceremony.
Freedom!
Freedom!
Freedom! Don't turn the camera off.
We got some hawks too.
They are tuned into the opposite energy frequencies from the great majority of reasonable, caring, humane individuals, just like everybody here. An energy level which can only be combated successfully by energy levels operating on a plane which is essentially light. Now, this presents a very remarkable challenge to all of us. Through raising levels of the light which resides within us,
You guys trying to count us now?
the would-be controllers of humankind cannot harvest the pain they inflict as a fuel for furthering their field of
I don't know how to
operation.
count 12 or so.
Without their dark energy, vampired from those suffering under the enforcement of the pandemic, heinous acts performed against children, and all other deliberate acts of cruelty, those responsible cannot exert their authority over mankind. So do you get that? That's why we cannot stay in fear. We have to keep our vibrations lifted up. Stay in the light. Stay in love with each other. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Its perpetuators are deceivers. This is what they do. The art of deception lies in its power to beguile. The great body of mankind is faced with this demonic and treacherous state of affairs, but will not see it as the mastermind and carefully constructed occult ritual, which it is. One which mimics the suffering and redemption process so successfully exploited by religious dogma and manufactured fake moralities. The turning point in all this will come when a sufficient number of individuals recognize their own embroilment with the deceivers. That's called ownership, people. For at present, oppression techniques are not seen as oppression, but their opposite, as a kind of salvation. A salvation from something unseen, which has been cracked up to be a grave danger, totally disproportionate to the reality. So it's only a process of raised conscious awareness that can finally vanquish this chimera, this phantom, which has been amplified